We have everything we need to feel at peace: a shelter, food, relative health. But why does the mind still feel like a machine that never switches off? Why is true, lasting peace always something tomorrow, or something we'll eventually earn? We try to read more, meditate more, force ourselves to relax. Yet, the deep, essential calm remains out of reach. We feel stuck. The problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough. The problem is you are trying to navigate your inner world in the dark. 2,500 years ago, the Buddha laid out a foundational map. He identified 5 core obstacles, 5 energetic forces that are actively obscuring the truth, preventing your mind from ever finding true stillness. This is not a list of moral failures. This is the user manual for your own consciousness. Feeling stress, anxiety, or even simple restlessness is not a sign of failure. It is simply a symptom of something deeper: the 5 hindrances, or the 5 barriers. These forces are experts at hijacking your focus and convincing you they are you. This teaching is not abstract philosophy. It is the original map to your mind's internal workings. It grants you the power to identify and name the forces that constantly pull you away from the present moment. Once named, they lose their power. This fundamental knowledge comes from the Aṅguttara Nikāya, the gradual sayings of the Buddha, where the Buddha clearly pinpoints these 5 obstacles as the chief factors that steal your clarity and inner peace. The 5 hindrances: sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt are 5 major obstacles that cloud wisdom and prevent clarity about your own mind, blocking any path to lasting peace. The root problem is simple. It is unawareness. When these 5 forces arise, we immediately believe, "I am them." We are swept away, becoming the anger, the worry, or the craving, without ever creating the necessary distance. Think of your mind as a clean, clear room. The 5 hindrances are 5 different kinds of mist or smudge that coat the only window: your ability to see reality clearly. Many people think that meditation means you have to fight, suppress, or forcefully push away these negative emotions. But the Buddha taught that fighting gives them energy. Every time you wrestle with your anger or worry, you actually feed it. Instead, the path is to identify them by name and simply observe their rising and falling. These 5 barriers are universal, but one is likely your primary anchor. 1. Sensual desire, the clinging, the mind's tenacious grip on pleasant objects. It is like the small bird perched on a rotting branch, clinging tightly, convinced it offers stability. 2. Ill will, the fire. Aversion or resentment towards an unpleasant object or person. This is like a small, contained fire that your mind keeps constantly fueling with thoughts of, "I wish this were different." 3. Sloth and torpor, the anchor, mental and physical dullness, lethargy, and heaviness. It acts like an invisible sea anchor, dramatically slowing down the ship of your mind, preventing any momentum. 4. Restlessness and worry, the monkey, agitation, anxiety about the future, and remorse about the past. This is the non-stop monkey jumping wildly inside your quiet room, never pausing for reflection. 5. Skeptical doubt, the crossroads, uncertainty and lack of conviction about the path itself. It's when you stand paralyzed at a crossroads, spending all your energy questioning if you are even headed in the right direction. Let's pause here for a moment. Which of these 5 forces is your greatest invisible anchor right now? Which one shows up most often in your day? Take a deep breath in and let it out. The ultimate goal is to transition from being a victim of your mind to becoming the awakened master of your mind. It means, instead of being swept away by the river, you learn how to stand on the bank and observe the water flowing by. When the Buddha spoke of ill will, he used the famous analogy of the burning torch thrown back at the one who threw it. Your act of anger, of ill will, only burns you, it rarely touches the intended target. So, we have clearly seen that the problem is not that these emotions exist, but the unawareness that allows them to take control. These 5 mists are the most efficient peace stealers in your life. But how do we break the habit of being swept away? The Buddha's user manual doesn't stop at theory. It provides a simple, systematic 3-step action protocol that you can apply immediately in your daily life. We call this the Awakened Master Protocol. It teaches you to respond to the chaos, not to react to it. The Awakened Master Protocol. Step 1. Establish the anchor, the grounding. This is the foundational step. When you feel a negative emotion arise, you do not try to understand it or fight it. Your only action is to bring your mind back to a physical anchor, your breath, your feet, your hands. This creates the necessary gap. It's like when you are scrolling on your phone and you suddenly feel an unbidden tension in your shoulders or neck. That is your moment to choose. Continue the scroll or pause and simply feel the physical sensation of the in-breath and the out-breath. Anchor to the present. I know I am breathing in. I know I am breathing out. Step 2. Name it and categorize it. The naming. Once anchored, you use your wisdom, your user manual, to identify which hindrance is present. Do not judge it. The action is simply to name it. This intellectual labeling instantly reduces its emotional charge. For example, this is sensual desire, wanting another cookie. A colleague sends an offensive email. Right before you furiously type a reactive reply, you recognize the physical heat. You name it. Ah, this is ill will. That simple act of recognition creates a precious pause. I know ill will is present. I know ill will is not me. Step 3. Dissect Impermanence. The insight dissection. This is the most potent step. After naming, turn your attention to observing its impermanence. This hindrance arises, it persists, very briefly, and it ceases. The action is to stand on the bank and simply watch the intensity rise and fall without attachment. You feel an overwhelming urge to procrastinate. Instead of giving in, you sit and observe the heavy, dull sensation. You see the feeling intensify, but because you are watching, you see it naturally diminish. I see the rising of restlessness. I see the falling of it. I release my grip from its ownership. Step 4. Calm and release. The system reset. Once the hindrance has subsided, you must perform a system reset. First, calm the residual tension in the body. Then, consciously release the clinging to the story. The action. Gently return to the breath. Soften the facial muscles and release all unnecessary effort in the body. This is like successfully untangling a knotted thread. After you solve the knot, you exhale and feel the relief spread. You do not check the thread again. You simply enjoy the freedom from the tangle. Calm the body's tensions. I know I am letting go. I know I am returning to peace. Advanced practice. If ill will is your dominant hindrance, incorporate a brief practice of loving kindness. Send 3 short wishes for well-being towards the person or situation that triggered the anger. Off-cushion integration. When waiting for anything, instead of reaching for your phone, apply step 1 and step 2. Anchor and name the impatience. Or, when you are interrupted by a sudden noise, Immediately name the irritation and consciously soften your shoulders and jaw. Step 4. Remember, peace is not the absence of problems. It is knowing how to return to your internal home. The 5 hindrances are not your enemies. They are, paradoxically, your greatest teachers, opportunities to practice awareness and insight. Every time you successfully apply this protocol, you are not eliminating an emotion. You are strengthening your capacity to remain the observer, not the victim. You now have the user manual and the systematic steps. Your power lies in your ability to recognize and name, not in your ability to suppress. The path to stillness is simply the repeated commitment to Step 1, Step 2, and Step 3. Out of these 5 hindrances, which one is the invisible sea anchor, you commit to naming and observing for the next 24 hours. Share your choice below. If this journey has brought you even a sliver of clarity and peace, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Join us as we continue to unlock the original map to inner freedom, returning to stillness.